Welcome to the Entrepreneurship Self-Learning video, where we explore understanding business organization structures and ethical principles. This video is designed to offer you engaging and rewarding opportunities for both structured and self-driven learning, allowing you to learn at your own pace. You will have the freedom to involve yourself in the educational content while actively interacting with it. Join us on the Teacher Lumaban YouTube channel for an exciting educational adventure.
Commit your way to the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. Psalm 37 verse 5.
Business organizations come in various forms, each with its own set of advantages, disadvantages, legal implications, and tax considerations. Here are the primary forms of business organization. Sole proprietorship. This is the simplest form, where a single individual owns and operates the business. Advantages. Easy and inexpensive to establish. Owner has complete control over decision-making. Tax advantages. Business income is taxed as personal income. Disadvantages. Unlimited personal liability. The owner is personally responsible for all debts and obligations of the business. Limited access to capital and resources compared to larger forms of business. Partnership involves two or more individuals or entities sharing ownership and management responsibilities. Types. General partnership. Each partner shares equally in the profits and losses and has unlimited liability for the debts and obligations of the business. Limited partnership consists of both general partners who have unlimited liability and limited partners whose liability is limited to their investment in the partnership. Advantages. Shared management and decision-making. Additional resources and capital from multiple partners. Disadvantages. Unlimited liability for general partners in a general partnership. Potential for disagreements and conflicts among partners. Corporation, a legal entity separate from its owners, shareholders, that can enter contracts, incur debts, and pay taxes. Types. C corporation, subject to corporate taxation, where profits are taxed at the corporate level, and again at the individual level, when distributed as dividends. S corporation, avoids double taxation by passing corporate income, losses, deductions, and credits through to shareholders for federal tax purposes. Advantages. Limited liability. Shareholders are typically not personally liable for the debts and obligations of the corporation. Access to capital through the sale of stock. Disadvantages. More complex and expensive to establish and maintain compared to other forms. Greater regulatory requirements and compliance obligations. Cooperative, owned and operated by its members for their mutual benefit. Each member typically has one vote, regardless of the amount of capital they contribute. Profits are distributed among members based on their participation or patronage. Advantages. Shared decision-making among members. Social and economic benefits for members. Disadvantages. Limited access to external capital. Potential for conflicts among members regarding decision-making and profit distribution. Choosing the most appropriate form of business organization depends on factors such as the nature of the business, the number of owners involved, liability considerations, tax implications, and long-term goals. It's essential for entrepreneurs to carefully evaluate these factors and seek professional advice when making such decisions.
Let's have a practice test. What type of business organization involves two or more owners sharing the management risk? A. Corporation. B. Joint venture. C. Sole proprietorship. D. General partnership. Which option describes a characteristic of a cooperative? A. Single ownership. B. One vote per share. C. Profits are not subject to income tax. D. Each partner has unlimited liability. Which organizational form is taxed separately from its owners? A. Partnership. B. Corporation. C. Cooperative. D. Sole proprietorship. What is a drawback of a partnership? A. Easy to form. B. Limited liability. C. Unlimited liability. D. One-person decision making. How would you likely classify a small neighborhood parlor operated by its owner? A. Partnership. B. Corporation. C. Joint venture. D. Sole proprietorship. Melvin and Irene want to start a business together, attract investors, and protect personal assets. What type of business structure should they consider? A. Partnership. B. Corporation. C. Joint venture. D. Proprietorship. If Kenja leaves the convenience store partnership, leaving Alex with potential debts, what are Kenja's liabilities? A. There is no enough information provided to make a determination regarding Kenja's responsibility for the partnership. B. No, since partners typically have joint and several liabilities, Kenja's can be held responsible for 100% of the partnership debts. C. Yes, the Uniform Partnership Act guarantees that all bills and debt are split equally between partners. D. Yes, since Keeney and Alex have entered into a partnership, Kenja would only be held responsible for his share of the partnership debts.
How fairness, accountability, transparency, and stewardship are observed in both business and non-profit organizations. Fairness. A company ensures fairness in its hiring process by implementing equal opportunity policies, providing fair compensation for employees regardless of gender or ethnicity, and fostering a work culture that values diversity and inclusion. A non-profit organization allocates resources and aid to beneficiaries based on their needs rather than favoritism or discrimination. Accountability. A corporation holds its executives accountable for their actions by implementing strict financial reporting standards and conducting regular audits to ensure compliance. A charitable organization maintains accountability by regularly reporting its financial activities and program outcomes to its donors, stakeholders, and the public. Transparency. A publicly traded company practices transparency by disclosing relevant financial information to its shareholders and regulatory authorities. A non-profit organization demonstrates transparency by making its mission, goals, program activities, and financial records easily accessible to the public. Stewardship. A sustainable business practices stewardship by implementing environmentally responsible policies and initiatives to minimize its ecological footprint. A conservation organization acts as a steward of natural resources by advocating for environmental protection, preserving wildlife habitats, and promoting sustainable land management practices. In both business and non-profit contexts, these principles are essential for promoting ethical conduct, fostering trust and credibility, and achieving long-term sustainability and success.
Let's have a practice test. What field of study encompasses business policies and practices concerning contentious topics like corporate governance, insider trading, and discrimination? A. Fairness. B. Accountability. C. Business ethics. D. Business organization. Which scenario exemplifies accountability within a business or nonprofit organization? A. Failing to meet performance goals or objectives. B. Blaming others for mistakes or poor results. C. Taking responsibility for decisions and actions. D. Ignoring the concerns of stakeholders. The tale of Mang Thomas Sursa, an exceptional bus conductor, gained widespread attention on social media after a passenger shared his commendable actions, such as never turning away passengers despite heavy traffic and refusing tips. In addition to his fairness and integrity, he maintains a cheerful demeanor, easily brushing off the city's congested roads. His story was showcased in an episode of the TV program Mission Possible. How does Mang Thomas Sursa exhibit fairness as a bus conductor? A. He always laughs off the congestions on the main roads of the city. B. He got featured in an episode on the TV program Mission Possible. C. By discriminating against passengers based on their personal characteristics. D. By not rejecting passengers, regardless of traffic, and treating all passengers equally and safely. The tale of Mang Thomas Sursa, an exceptional bus conductor, gained widespread attention on social media after a passenger shared his commendable actions, such as never turning away passengers despite heavy traffic and refusing tips. In addition to his fairness and integrity, he maintains a cheerful demeanor, easily brushing off the city's congested roads. His story was showcased in an episode of the TV program Mission Possible. Which trait is demonstrated by Mang Thomas Sursa's action of ensuring passengers' safety and punctuality? A. Fairness. B. Accountability. C. Transparency. D. Stewardships. What is the appropriate ethical response upon discovering your teacher's Facebook password? A. Post it online. B. Open her Facebook account. C. Give the password to your classmates. D. Tell your teacher so she may change it. If tasked with designing a decision-making process embodying fairness, accountability, stewardship, and transparency, what steps would you take? A. Identify the stakeholders, establish decision-making criteria, and evaluate the outcomes. B. Create a hierarchical structure, appoint decision-makers, and provide them with decision-making authority. C. Minimize stakeholder involvement, prioritize short-term outcomes, and limit transparency. D. Create an adversarial decision-making process, pit stakeholders against each other, and let the strongest argument win. What term refers to the moral principles guiding individuals' conduct? A. Ethics. B. Attitude. C. Conduct. D. Behavior. How would you define an ethical dilemma? A. Moral conflicts between values. B. Same as professional dilemma. C. Issue caused by not following guidelines. D. Conflict between what is right and what is wrong.
A code of ethics serves as a framework for decision-making, guiding individuals' behavior within an organization. It outlines principles such as honesty, integrity, respect, fairness, and compliance with laws. Adherence to this code demonstrates commitment to ethical practices, fostering a positive work environment built on trust. High employee retention rate indicates employees' satisfaction, engagement, and loyalty. Valued employees are likely to stay long-term, reducing turnover costs and maintaining a cohesive workforce. It enhances the company's reputation and attracts top talent. Distributional fairness ensures equitable allocation of resources and opportunities, regardless of background. It promotes social justice and inclusivity by addressing disparities and providing equal access to necessities and advancement opportunities. Providing code of ethics. Training to all employees promotes understanding and compliance with ethical standards. Interactive sessions reinforce values, clarify misconceptions, and empower employees to make ethical decisions. Fostering accountability and transparency encourages individuals to take responsibility for their actions and share information openly. This builds trust internally and externally, strengthens ethical culture, and enhances stakeholder confidence.
Let's have a practice test. What set of principles does an organization adopt to guide its decisions and policies? A. Code of ethics. B. Code of conduct. C. Code of practice. D. Code of accountability. What are the advantages of practicing good business ethics? A. Lack of trust. B. Low morale of employees. C. Decrease in product sales. D. High employee retention rate. What is meant by the statement, while some individuals possess wealth and can afford luxurious items, many struggle to afford basic necessities for their families? A. Positive reciprocity. B. Golden rule fairness. C. Distributional fairness. D. Non-discrimination fairness. As a manager in a major retail corporation, you've observed instances of unethical conduct among certain employees, including theft of goods and poor treatment of customers. Your task is to formulate a strategy to address these behaviors and instill a culture of ethical behavior within your team. As a manager in a retail company, how can you effectively communicate the code of ethics to all employees? A. Posting the code in a prominent location in the workplace. B. Sending an email to all employees with a link to the code. C. Distributing a printed copy of the code to all employees. D. Providing training or seminars on the code to all employees. As a manager in a major retail corporation, you've observed instances of unethical conduct among certain employees, including theft of goods and poor treatment of customers. Your task is to formulate a strategy to address these behaviors and instill a culture of ethical behavior within your team. How can you foster an ethical culture within your team? A. By offering financial incentives for ethical conduct. B. By promoting a sense of accountability and transparency. C. By punishing employees who engage in unethical behavior. D. By providing employees with strict rules and regulations to follow.
Taoism, an ancient Chinese belief system, emphasizes the interconnectedness and harmony of existence. At its core, it prioritizes collective well-being akin to familial bonds within society. Central to its teachings are balance, harmony, and interconnectedness, essential for individual and communal flourishing. Taoism views the community as an extended family, urging individuals to prioritize the greater good. Through practices like meditation and alignment with nature, adherents seek harmony within and society, fostering unity. Buddhism, originating from Siddhartha Gautama's teachings, offers insights into existence and enlightenment. In business ethics, it values wealth but stresses ethical conduct and spiritual growth. Buddhists pursue wealth with compassion, generosity, and integrity, following the Eightfold Path to enlightenment. Balancing material pursuits with spiritual development, Buddhism aims for holistic well-being. Christianity, centered on Jesus Christ, provides a moral framework for all aspects of life, including business. Rooted in God's will, it emphasizes righteousness, virtue, love, and justice. Christian ethics urge leaders to consider broader implications and align business practices with integrity, honesty, and stewardship for social justice and the common good. Aristotelian ethics, inspired by Aristotle, focuses on virtue and eudaimonia, the good life. In corporate leadership, it prompts reflection on virtuous behavior and human flourishing. Ethical conduct and promoting excellence within organizations are paramount. Integrating Aristotelian principles, leaders prioritize holistic development and stakeholder well-being. The Al-Quran, Islam's holy scripture, governs all life aspects, including business. Islamic ethics uphold economic and social balance, safety, and kindness. Business transactions must adhere to fairness, justice, and compassion. Aligning actions with Quranic values fosters trust, integrity, and social responsibility, benefiting society.
Let's have a practice test. Which belief system prioritizes collective benefits similar to familial bonds? A. Christian. B. Hindu. C. Tao. D. Shinto. Which belief system regards wealth positively in business but places greater emphasis on ethics and salvation? A. Buddhism. B. Hinduism. C. Shintoism. D. Taoism. Which belief system asserts that life's unity lies in its ability to guide all aspects of human life according to the will of God? A. Buddhism. B. Christianity. C. Islam. D. Taoism. Which of the following is not associated with the group? A. Right concentration. B. Right mindfulness. C. Right understanding. D. Truth of suffer. Which aspect of the Eightfold Path emphasizes ethical conduct to express compassion? A. Right action. B. Right effort. C. Right intention. D. Right speech. Apply the knowledge of Aristotle's ethical considerations to answer the following question. Utilizing Aristotle's ethical considerations, Which question does not pertain to corporate leaders aspiring to ethical behavior? A. Am I behaving in a virtuous way? B. To what extent are there real opportunities for all employees to develop their talents and their potential? C. To what extent do all employees participate in decisions that affect their work? D. Is it just or is it unjust? Melvin, peace be upon you, brothers. Today, let's delve into the ethical principles of business as outlined in the Al-Quran. Mark, excellent initiative. What principles do you have in mind? Melvin, I believe one crucial principle is maintaining economic and social equilibrium, promoting safety and kindness, while rejecting damage and injustice. Mark, absolutely, that's fundamental. Could you provide an example illustrating this principle in business? Brand, that's clear. Are there other business ethics principles in the Al-Quran? Mark, these principles align well with ethical conduct in business. As Muslims, it's incumbent upon us to ensure our business practices are ethical and in line with our beliefs. According to the Al-Quran, what's a significant principle of business ethics? A. Pretending to bid at high prices. B. Treating employees unfairly. C. Upholding the values of economic and social balance, safety, and kindness. D. Not considering the social significance of business activities.
The Filipino value system encompasses a set of deeply ingrained principles that have historically guided the majority of Filipinos in their lives. These values are rooted in cultural and societal norms, shaping behaviors and attitudes across various aspects of Filipino society. One prominent aspect of Filipino culture is the padrino system, which historically prevailed in social and professional spheres. This system revolves around personal alliances and connections rather than religious affiliations, influencing decisions related to employment, promotions, and other opportunities. Amor propio, often translated as self-esteem or self-respect, is another crucial element of Filipino values, emphasizing the importance of maintaining dignity and self-worth. Bahala na, a popular Filipino expression, embodies a spirit of courage and faith, reflecting a willingness to entrust outcomes to fate or a higher power, rather than relying solely on personal efforts or connections. Within Filipino families, strong bonds are central, often leading to multiple family members working for the same company. This practice underscores the significance of filial piety, which involves deep respect and obligation towards parents and elders. The emphasis on family cohesion is a cornerstone of Filipino culture, contributing to a sense of unity and support within communities. In navigating interpersonal dynamics within a Filipino context, it is essential to consider these values. For instance, when faced with a situation where personal connections, rather than qualifications, dictate hiring decisions, it becomes evident how deeply ingrained the padrino system is within the culture. In a professional setting, such as Dominic's scenario, where accommodating differences is crucial, aligning actions with Filipino values becomes paramount. Encouraging the team to embrace and adapt to Joanne's methods fosters harmony, respect, and acceptance, reflecting the principles of the Filipino value system. Contrasting this cultural perspective, Milton Friedman's theory emphasizes the primary responsibility of businesses to increase profits within legal boundaries. However, ethical considerations extend beyond legality, as deliberately misleading others within legal confines constitutes unethical behavior. In the realm of finance and accounting, fairness is a central concern, with businesses expected to uphold ethical standards in their practices. This includes ensuring the safety of products and refraining from discriminatory practices based on factors such as race, gender, religion, or disability. To address operational challenges in the retail business, such as inventory management, adopting automation emerges as a strategic solution. Automating inventory processes not only enhances efficiency and reduces errors, but also optimizes stock levels, ultimately enhancing profitability and customer satisfaction.
Let's have a practice test. What are we referring to if we talked about the set of values that majority of the Filipinos have historically held important in their lives? A. Filipino culture. B. Filipino tradition. C. Filipino value system. D. Values education. What Filipino value system is rooted primarily in personal alliance systems based on religion? A. Amor propio. B. Bahala Na. C. Filial piety. D. Padrino system. What is the best translation for amor propio? A. Self-care. B. Self-love. C. Self-disrespect. D. Self-discipline.
Which of the following is not true about bahala na? A. Bahala na has been loosely translated as, come what may. B. Bahala na is understood as essential to maintain the collective phase of the family and to avoid experiencing hiya. C. Bahala na is a distinct Filipino value system which is rooted primarily in personal alliance systems based on religion. D. Bahala na is an attitude of just letting things happen instead of doing something to make things happen is not a genuine, bahala na, value.
There was a job vacancy at CBM Corporation. 2 applicants, Archie and Bumi, submitted their resume, and only Archie was qualified. However, it was Bumi who was hired, being the godson of the accounting manager. Which belief system is being implies in the situation? A. Padrino system. B. Haya. C. Utang na loob. D. Amor propio. Which of the following is true about filial piety? A. The Filipino family is so intact that it is common for members of the same family work for the same company. B. The Filipino family is not intact, that it is common for members of the same family work for the same company. C. It is referred to as the Filipino version of fatalism, that is, leaving everything in the hands of fate. D. The Filipinos are not particularly fond of saying no, and thus the yes you got earlier in the day might not actually be working out. How does the Filipino value system impact business in the Philippines? Consider the following scenario. Dominic is the owner of a small business that produces handmade crafts. He recently hired a new employee named Joanne, who is highly skilled but has a different cultural background. Dominic notices that Joanne is having a hard time fitting in with the rest of the team, who are all Filipinos. Which of the following is the best course of action for Dominic to take based on the Filipino value system? A. Ask Joanne to adjust to the Filipino way of doing things to fit in better with the team. B. Encourage the team to accept and appreciate Joanne's differences and adapt to her way of doing things. C. Ignore the cultural differences and focus on the job at hand. D. Replace Joanne with someone who shares the same cultural background as the team. What is the most important responsibility of business according to Milton Friedman? A. Care for the environment. B. Take care of employees. C. Contribute to the community. D. Increase profits. Which of the following approaches to ethical decision-making will yield an unethical decision? A. Strive to treat people impartially and consistently. B. Apply existing laws to the situation. C. Remain within the letter of the law while intending to mislead people. D. Apply the golden rule to the situation. Fairness in trading practices, trading conditions, sales practices, consultancy services, tax payments, internal audits, external audits, and executive compensation also fall under what field? A. Sales and marketing. B. Finance and accounting. C. Production. D. Human resource management. Which of the following is not a responsibility that businesses owe to their shareholders? A. Managers have a responsibility to use carefully the money invested. B. Managers have a responsibility to honestly communicate company information. C. Managers have a responsibility to use their best judgment in developing, manufacturing, and marketing their products. D. Managers will accept unsafe products because they have no choice. A group of employees are discussing the company's hiring practices when one of them raises a concern about discrimination. They are unsure of the term used to describe this employment practice. During the discussion about the company's hiring practices, one of the employees raises a concern about workers being prevented from taking advantage of work opportunities because of their race, gender, religion, or disability. What is the term used to describe this employment practice? A. Diversity. B. Inclusion. C. Discrimination. D. Equality. Scenario: a small retail business is struggling to keep up with competitors due to inefficient business practices. The owner has decided to take action and improve their processes to increase profits and customer satisfaction. After analyzing the current practices, the owner has come up with 3 potential solutions. Create solutions and the most effective in improving the retail business's practices. A. Automate inventory management to reduce manual errors and optimize stock levels. B. Offer discounts and promotions to attract more customers and increase sales. C. Increase the number of employees to ensure timely customer service and reduce wait times. D. Provide training to employees on new technologies and techniques for streamlining processes. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4 verse 13.